Hi everyone, it's JJ. What shall we do a video on today? Let's have a look and see what we've got. Oh, this could be fun. Why don't we do a video all about magnets? And let's play a game at the end and have some fun with it, shall we? Yep. Let's get started. Now, let's imagine magnets are a bit like magic rocks that either really like each other or really don't like each other. Oh, that was tricky. These magic rocks have two different ends to them. One will be known as, let's call it north, and the other will be known as south, the opposite direction. Now, these magnets that we have here, this one is a north charge and this one is a south charge. Now, in the case of magnets, opposites will attract. So if I take this north magnet and put it to the south end on my giant magnet, it attracts. Now, if I take my north magnet and try and put it against the north end of my giant magnet, it is really tricky to stick together. So it repels. Now, why do magnets do this? Well, a bit like you will have a favourite toy or maybe a favourite colour, magnets will have a charge that is either positive or negative. So look at it this way, it will either decide to attract to a magnet or it will decide to repel from a magnet. There is no in between, it either likes or it doesn't. So magnets work because they have invisible forces around them acting on each other. Now those invisible forces can act on different materials in different ways. So we're going to play a game next called Attract or Repel. And I want you to guess at home each item that we use today, whether you think it will be attracted to a magnet or repelled from it. Let's have some fun. So for each of these items, we are going to see if they're attracted to the magnet or if nothing happens at all. So if things are attracted to the magnet, we're going to move them over that side. And if the magnet doesn't affect it at all in any way, we're going to move it over to this side. So which item shall we start with first? I quite like the look of the seashell. So at home, what do you think the seashell will do when we put the magnet to it? Let's go. Oh, it doesn't do anything. I can't feel any invisible force on this seashell. So that's going to go over to this side because the magnet had no effect on it whatsoever. Let's move on to our next item. Okay, what shall we use next? Let's have a look at this wooden Santa. So this Santa is made of wood. Now, let's see. Do you think at home whether it will stick or not? Attract or do nothing? Let's find out. Bring the magnet a bit closer. No, nothing on the wooden Santa. And that's because magnets don't have an effect on wood. So let's move Santa over there with our seashell. Right, next I think, let's take this one here. Let's have a look and see if the key is attracted to the magnet. Have a guess at home and see what you think. Let's give it a try. Oh, wow! Did you see that? That was a very strong reaction to the magnet. Wow! And if you notice, look, you can even hang the key like that and it doesn't drop. That is a very strong reaction to the magnet. It was attracted to it. So let's move that over to this side. So next, Let's do a ping pong ball. What do you think will happen here? Do you think it will be attracted to the magnet or not? Let's give it a go. No, nothing there on the ping pong ball. So the ping pong ball is not attracted to the magnet. So let's move that over here and hope it doesn't roll away. Now this next one might be a bit of a giveaway if you paid attention earlier in the video, but we're going to see about this tin car. Let's see if this tin car sticks to our magnet. We bring it together slowly. Wow, that is a very strong reaction. Look at that. It is very attracted to that magnet, and that is because it is made of metal. Yeah. So let's move that car over there along with our key. So moving on, what shall we look at next? What materials? Oh, this might be an interesting material. Now, this is a rubber banana. So, rubber, do you think it will be attracted to our magnet? Yes or no? Have a guess. Right, and if you already know, shout it out. Let's have a look. No, see, hopefully you guessed that right at home. It doesn't stick to our magnet at all. So that is going to join our other items over here because rubber is not attracted to magnets. So what shall we do next? Let's try the pen. Now the pen is an interesting one because it's made up of a few different materials. There's plastic, there's ink, and sometimes there's rubber on the ends of pens. So we know rubber doesn't stick, and the plastic ping pong ball didn't stick. So based on that, what do you think will happen to our pen? Let's give it a try. Yeah, hopefully you guessed right. Plastic. Most of this pen is plastic. There's ink in there, but that's about it. The plastic does not stick to our magnet. So let's move it over there into our non-attracted side. Right, so let's try something different now. Let's try this teddy. Now this teddy is made of soft fur type material, and there's some plastic on the nose, but we know that won't stick. But how about the rest of this teddy? Let's see. No, nothing. No attractiveness at all between the magnet and the teddy. So it turns out there's not a lot of materials that are attracted to magnets. Let's see if you can start to pick up on a trend of the main things that are attracted to magnets. Let's try this next. Now this is interesting. This is a snap bracelet. It's one of those ones that you put on your wrist and it snaps into place. Now, it's rubber on the outside, but on the inside, the thing that makes it snap around is a very thin sheet of metal. So what do you think will happen here? Because we know that some metals are attracted to magnets, but does the rubber get in the way? Let's find out, shall we? Let's move that closer and closer. Oh, I can feel something. It sticks to our magnet. And that is because the force, the magnetic force of the magnet acting on the metal inside the snap band here is stronger, and it gets through the rubber, no problem at all. If that rubber were a lot thicker, the magnet might become weaker and weaker and eventually not attract to the snap band. But because it's only thin rubber, it can get to the metal and impart its forces on the metal quite easy. Look at that. Fascinating. And even if we curl it back up, it should. Look at that. Yeah, definite attraction there. So let's move our snap band over to this side. So let's try this plastic spoon. What do we think? Have a guess at home. Oh, is that sticking? No, definitely not being attracted to our magnet because again, it's plastic. Which leads me on to this next one, which is a comb. Now some combs are made of, they have metal handles perhaps, but this is an all plastic comb. Do we think it will stick? No, it doesn't stick to the comb either. And again, it's because the material is plastic. So what shall we try next? Let's give this keyring a go. This is a plastic keyring with a metal keyring chain. So it's a combination of materials. Now have a guess and see if you can guess which end or which part of the keyring might be attracted to the magnet. If any of them. Let's give it a go, shall we? Yep, you may have guessed it. The metal part of the keyring has been attracted to the magnet, but nothing for the plastic part. Our little Lego man just keeps dangling there. So let's move him over to our, he could go either way because half of him got attracted to the magnet and the other half didn't. But because there was a section of this keyring that got attracted to the magnet, let's move it over to our attracted side. I think that makes sense. So next we have a glue stick, just a regular glue stick that we might use to stick things together. Now, the case of this is made of plastic, but what about the glue material? Do we think that might stick to our magnet? Let's give it a go. There's one way to find out. No, nothing from the glue stick. I could make it look like it was stuck to the magnet by gluing it on, but the glue itself does nothing to our magnet. So, with that in mind, let's move our glue stick over to our non-stick section. Right, up next we have a spoon. We all know these, we all use these to eat with, but do we know if it sticks to a magnet? Let's find out. Wow, quite a strong attraction there from the spoon, and let's see if we can dangle it like we did the others. Look at that. Wow. That is very impressive. So a spoon does stick and does get attracted to a magnet, so let's move that over to this side. Now, we've only got a few more items to test. Let's try wool. So as we know, wool comes from sheep and it is a nice soft material. What do you think? Do you think this will be attracted to our magnet? Let's find out. No, nothing from the sheep, nothing from the wool. So it turns out wool isn't attracted to magnets. So let's put Mr. Sheep or Mrs. Sheep just over there. Now, here we have a figure you might all recognise. It's me, Mario. Let's see if Mario is attracted to the magnet. Now, he's mostly made of plastic, but I believe there may be some metal screws in his joints that allow him to bend his legs and arms. So let's see if we can get Mario attracted to the magnet in any way. I'm not feeling any attraction to the magnet from Mario. Try everywhere on him, including his arms and his legs. No! Now, even if there are some metal screws inside Mario, the plastic is a bit too thick for the magnet to have an effect. So unlike the snap band that had really thin rubber that allowed us to still work on the metal underneath it, it isn't the case for our Mario figure. So Mario, you're going to go over there into our non-stick section. Now, last but not least, we have a tin of lentils. Now, we're not going to be testing the lentils today to see if they stick to the magnet. We're actually going to be testing the tin or the can of lentils. So let's see if we can get it to attract to the magnet. You ready? Oh, it definitely stuck to the magnet. Let's see if we can lift it off of the ground. So this is a test to see if the strength of the magnet is stronger than the weight, the gravity pushing down on the can of lentils. So let's see if this can is a bit too, oh, I think it's a bit too heavy for the magnet to lift. We can move it around, not quite enough strength to lift it off of the table. Let's see if we use another magnet, if we can get it to lift off the table. Oh, we can get it to tilt. We can get it to tilt, but we can't quite lift it off the ground because it's just a bit too heavy and the magnet isn't a strong enough magnet to lift it off of the ground. But it does attract to the magnet. So with that said, that goes into our attract pile. So let's take a look now and see the items that we have in our attract pile. We had the snap band, rubber outer, metal on the inside. We had our metal car. We had our metal key. We had our half plastic, half metal key ring. We had our metal spoon. And we had our tin can. These are all of the things that the magnet was attracted to. Now, do you know what all of these have in common? Have a think, shout it out if you think you know. Yep, you guessed it, they are all metal of some kind. Now, different metals have different properties. Some are strongly attracted to magnets, some only a little bit. Now, I've got an example of a metal that doesn't stick to a magnet. I have my ring. Now, this ring is made of a metal, but it is made of palladium. Now, palladium, as we're going to find out, doesn't stick to a magnet. It doesn't impact any force on the magnet at all. It just drops. But other metals, as we can see here, get very attracted. Let's see if we can stick our snap band on as well. Oh, can we get the snap band on there? Oh, I don't know. Oh no! Let's see if we can get all of them on there, shall we? The car as well. Yes! As you can see, a lot of other metals are very attracted to magnets, but some aren't at all. Examples of the metals that are attracted to magnets are things like iron, steel. Iron and steel will always be attracted to magnets, as we can see here. Now, I hope you learned something about magnets today and had fun guessing at which household items and various different things will stick to our magnet or not. Do try this at home. Find yourself a magnet. A lot of people have fridge magnets at home. Maybe you could use one of those, or you can get a magnet from lots of different places, lots of different shops, or even at school perhaps. And then have a hunt around your home and see which things you think will stick to magnets. Do like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and check out our channel because we have lots of other science videos for you to check out as well. Take care everyone, stay curious, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.